we're in the home stretch. Ashley and I are tackling the last big project on the boat. Something we actually didn't even plan on doing, but we are going to end up doing before we leave for the Bahamas and head south. And that is going to be replacing our trusty non-working, kind of working fridge freezer combo.
But I had it as a red sticky note, so I always wanted to do it. It's got a question mark because Colin did not want to do it.
My interpretation of this red sticky note was that we wanted to get it fixed and working, but the refrigerator part works. The freezer part never, it freezes sometimes. It's the whole thing's too big for the setup.
I can't reach the bottom of it.
Yeah, Ashley can't stand the top load.
I'll throw out my arm every single time I try to reach for something at the bottom.
Yeah, it is, and I'll take you on a little tour of it. It's a big refrigerator. It is, I mean, this is also a big problem with this. It's great when it was a charter boat, but it is a collection. It's a big flat surface, so it collects everything. But, like, it's a top load. You know what a top load is, but as you can see from the condensation, I've tried 3 or 4 different seals. I can't get it to seal right. It's nice and thick, and you used to slide a block of ice in here. Like it was never originally a refrigerator. It was just an ice box because it was a charter boat, so they slid in a huge block of ice. There was a pump at the bottom that pumped the water out as the ice melted, and then when the charter was done at the end of the week, they took it out, or whatever was left. They put in a new block of ice and it was ready for the next week of charter. So that side is the refrigerator. The freezer is here. You can see that it is icing, like it ices up, but today it's 20 degrees. Battery died. I was rambling anyway. So the plan is take out the refrigerator. We're going to leave the cabinet itself. We're going to have a drawer refrigerator here and a drawer freezer here. We already ordered them. They're waiting for us at West Marine. They came in stock. We weren't going to do this go around, maybe next season, but turns out the freezer drawer part, they don't keep in stock very often. It is, like, it's hard to find actually. And with my discount at West Marine, it made sense for us to do it right now and have an actual freezer. We were gonna get a chest freezer, like the ARB Dometic ones that you plug into a cigarette lighter and put it in one of the aft cabins, but that just takes up space, and then that also means it's more money that eventually we are going to spend and then we're not going to use. So we just bit the bullet and bought these fridge freezer combo. It's something Ashley's wanted to do since we got the boat also. So I am going to start the demo process. I got to clean up all this stuff first. Let's get to work. We are going to replace this eventually with a matching countertop to the kitchen, but the sucker was glued on there really well. But yeah, you can see all the mold along the back where it kind of, the original hinges, I guess, and they screwed new hinges on. Yeah, it was a process, but here's the baseline. Also, these screws caught me for a loop. So, you know, we got a lot of crap. But I mean, it's just hopefully everything just unscrews and comes apart. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna dig into this a little more. If we have to cut it out, we cut it out. Hopefully we don't have to. I mean, there might just be seams. It looks like it might just be seams. That would save a ton of time if it's only glued at the seams. But let me dive into it. It's a few days later. I have a little less hair, but we now need to clean.
And now it's clean. Well, it's as best as it's gonna get right now. The next steps is for Colin to make a base.
We have the base for the refrigerators in. It is not going all the way to this side because we are eventually going to add the refrigerator and freezer are going to come to about here, and then this little section over here we're going to have a drawer that pulls out that we're going to use for spices and dog food and stuff. Felix is just having a fun time just talking away while we're knocking this project out.
Well, we unboxed this one and it's very bent. It looks like they rolled it around a few times in the box. Every corner is bent. Hopefully it still works, so. Okay, we are about to do the toughest part, and the part we only get one chance to do correctly, and that's cut out the 2 spaces from the front panel for the fridge. So I need to map this out onto there, and hopefully we measured everything correctly. So we only have to cut it once because we don't have this. I don't think we have another piece this big.
No, it'll match.
Yeah.
So plan B, which we don't have money for, is Corian.
Or starboard.
Or starboard, but that would look bad because it's textured. So measure twice, cut once. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was, and hopefully Isotherm or West Marine.
What do you mean it's not perfect?
Where it was bent.
Oh.
So it's not perfect, but it looks a lot better. So hopefully they send us a new beauty ring.
Did they say that?
Okay. Time to put the screws in. Good morning. We ended up going to a bar to watch the Super Bowl last night and forgot to film the final product. But there it is, the fridge and freezer. They are nicely installed. We're still planning to put in a couple of drawers above it, but that's not going to happen right now. And then we also are going to, before we leave, figure out a countertop. It might be butcher block, it might be Corian. It probably is going to be butcher block because that's what we can go into Lowe's and buy right off the bat.
Look at this. Look at this. Woo! I can easily get a drink. I don't have to tough this up, fall down into it, throw my arm out anymore. Nice.
I will say, I'm not a fan of the blue lighting in there. I wish it was white because when you open the vegetables and stuff, you're not going to be able to tell if they, especially if it's dark, kind of what you're getting or if they're going bad. But another project, it is a nasty rainy day. You probably can't tell, but it's nasty outside. So we're going to tackle the last big project, which is removing the head. And you might be thinking, what do you mean removing the head? We're going to be putting in a composting head. So we don't have to get pump outs. You already saw it probably, or will see it, where we've removed the black water tank already, and we're going composting so we can be pretty much off-grid. And down in the islands, I've heard it's kind of hard and expensive to get a pump out, and we always kind of hated the smell from having a holding tank. So we have the composting head. We're going to do that on this rainy day. We got to get the whole thing together and in there and kind of figure out, hopefully we don't have to build a base. It should fit there, but need to remove the old one first to get the new one in. So let me get to that. The first step is complete. I still need to pull the wastewater tube and the raw water tube out of here. They are both turned off, and I just need to cap them because we have a through hole under here that next time we pull out we'll plug because we won't need. So this is our blank canvas for putting in the new toilet. Okay, the toilet is where it's gonna be, which is essentially here. I'm gonna have to drill a hole for the vent into the side of that cabinet there. And then I'm gonna right now put on the mounting brackets. The base itself seems to be fine. We don't have to add any additional support. There's enough square footage there that it doesn't tilt forward or anything, even without the mounting brackets. So I'm gonna drill the brackets in now, seal them, drill them, screw them in, and then start working on this plumbing for the vent. Here's the toilet installed, not including the exhaust venting, which I need to run. We weren't able to run this part over here, which is just, there's a screen for the intake to dry everything out, and this would go to another tube, but the whole toilet can't slide off that way to get out. That's one negative with the Nature's Head that people talk about, is that the top has to lift and slide over to get to separate the top and bottom when you need to drain or empty the solids. But I'll get my brother to 3D print a shallower version of this. But the rest of it looks pretty good. It's pretty solid. It is kind of high because of that lip. It's meant to go flush against the ground, then it's the height of a normal residential toilet, but because it's on that little lip, that the old marine head was on, it is kind of high, so we kind of need a squatty potty so your knees aren't angling downward, they're flat. But we'll figure that out when we actually get to use it some more and see if we actually need something like that. So I get the beautiful job of now running, this is a very short tube as you see, but you can't tell, back there is where the old tube for the holding tank ran. So that does go through the wall under the bed, and then under the bed in the back is an opening to where the autopilot and everything is, and then there's 4 vents back there, and I'm going to connect into one of those vents. But I just need to go to Lowe's now or Home Depot and get extra tubing to run that actual vent. And the next thing is just wiring that little fan. There's a little fan here that forces the exhaust out to dry it out. I just need to wire that into a 12-volt source, and the toilet's done. So we should have a working head by this afternoon. This has actually been a pretty freaking easy project. I'm maybe an hour in so far from removing the old one, actually even before removing it, not including the holding tank. Getting rid of that was a bad job, but the actual install has been going pretty easy. All I have to do now is put this bed back together, put some compost or peat moss in the toilet, and it's done. That's awesome. Super simple. Honestly, probably 2 hours max install, and I mean, not including the time going to Lowe's, but pretty easy install. And it means no more pump outs and no more holding tank.
To finish off the fridge area right here, This is where our top loader opened. We are going to... Felix is very talkative today. We are going to take a piece of wood. I'm going to prime it and paint it the same color as our countertop over here. And then hopefully one day in the future... Felix! Shh. And then hopefully one day in the future we will be able to get another countertop made for this space, and then we'll have a lot more countertop space. And we can put the appliances right here. But for now, a piece of wood is gonna work, and it's gonna be pretty nice, I think. So let's get to cutting that out. Colin's already out here cutting it out for me.
Here is the finished product. It is a little temporary, and you can kind of tell that we're gonna get a Corian or a matching solid surface countertop when we get around to it. It just didn't fit in the schedule for them to make one. So this is kind of the finished product right now. We have the fridge, freezer. We may do drawers there later to pull everything, to have drawers for like cutlery and stuff. And this big surface just collects things, but it is nice to have, and you don't have to move everything now when you want to get something out of the refrigerator or the freezer. So we're very happy with it, and this area is essentially done.
Say, Felix, do you think you can update our wall? Right there. You go for the new toilet. It's right here, right here. New toilet. Can you grab that? Grab that. No. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Right there, Bubba. Grab it. Finally moving. New toilet. Ta-da! Felix, you want to put it on the wall? Oh, that works too. One more thing from our list is complete. New toilet. New toilet, Felix. We're gonna be using the bathroom in style.